What do you wish you started doing from a young age? Being disciplined. Now I have a hard time learning it. I think discipline is a superpower. Dental hygiene. Brew, not having parents that cares about your dental hygiene will make you suffer later a lot. And I mean so much that I'm fucking terrified by dentist. I wish I had started reliability making a daily journal entries when I was still a child. I just think that going back and seeing how I changed as I grew and learned the harder lessons life teaches. Saving money, and spending responsibly. I should have saved more when I lived at home and had no commitments. Wearing sunscreen. I know there are so many other things to choose, eating better, playing sports, whatever, but wearing daily sunscreen from a young age can prevent so much damage to your skin. Studying for the sake of learning, not grades. This still affects me so much even if I'm now in my 20s. Being kinder. I'm talking habitual kindness. The kind of thing where you do it so much you get a reputation for it and it comes more naturally than being disinterested/a dick. Making friends. I can talk to large congregations with ease, participate in debates and discussions and shine. I, however, do not have friends. It's weird because you'd expect me to have great social skills and all. I have no idea how to make small talk, or just talk to anyone normally. I can't understand what their responses are and make an appropriate response to it. I can talk about math, Harry Potter, Earthsea, Stalin, Yuval Noah Harari and a lot more. I can't talk with people. I don't feel lonely, but my parents are upset and I wish for their sake, LD learn to appear more normal. Yoga. It's amazing how much injury can be avoided by being moderately flexible. Taking medication for my OCD. I started on medication when I was 12, which sounds relatively young, but I wish my parents had out me on medication sooner. I missed out on most of my childhood. I had so much psychotherapy as a child, which did basically nothing. Within a month on medication, I had essentially no symptoms. I suffered for years when a pill a day could have alleviated it. Saving for retirement, and I consider myself lucky with how early I started, but it's crazy how much it pays off to start younger. Honestly, everyone should go open a retirement account the moment they turn 18. Put $100 in it to start and set up so you add just $10 from every paycheck. If you did that at 20, assuming a not unreasonable 12% growth average, you will have an extra $71,510 when you are 55. If you were able to spare $50 a paycheck, it would be $331,413 when you are 55. A dollar saved for retirement at 20 years old is worth $65 by the time you are 55. A dollar saved for retirement at 30 years old is worth $20 by the time you are 55. Saving in your 20s is the easiest way to make sure you're not working in your 60s. How to swim. Such a useful life skill. Say happy cake day. I know this is an annoying response to some, but here goes. I couldn't properly swim until my 30s, when I decided on a career change which would involve scuba diving. You have to be able to do a few basic but relatively challenging, to a novice swimmer, at least, swimming feats. I am now a certified diver under recreational and commercial standards. It's liberating to be comfortable in the water. I should also add that I am not an athletic person. I put in a lot of work to get here, but it doesn't come naturally. Studying music. I tried learning how to read music as a teen, privately, not school, and hated every second of it. Codily can kiss my arse with his idiotic overcomplicated sitem. Notes have fixed names. Use those. Traveling and coding. am 18 and took an interest in programming, but I just can't get myself to sit for hours and coding constantly. It's pretty hard. My suggestion is to start with something human readable and have a goal. Going through tutorials didn't do squat for me to learn Python. Wanting to crawl web pages for data ended up with my first completed project. Creating database and storing the found information helped me learn SQL, making it portable taught me SQLite. Decide what you want to do first. Worked for me anyways. 26. 1. Realizing that the reason I didn't have friends was because I was the problem, not the world. 2. It's not cool for my dad to beat me up every day. I should stand up to him. 3. Love my closest family unconditionally. No expectations. 4. Invest in myself and hear my own thoughts out. Yoga. I was politely asked to leave my youth gymnastics club as a little kid because I didn't have the attention span booty wish LD carried on with some form of bendy, stretchy exercise. I get by alright as I'm only 29, but I think if I LD done yoga LD feel a lot fitter and more youthful. Have normal habits. I don't know what went wrong growing up, but I fell out of the most basic habits. Still have to decide whether to bathe first or brush sometimes. Learn about investments. Not just financial investments, but personal commitments as well. There is nothing in this world worth having that will come to you without some time and money invested. At 46, I have changed my professional pursuit 4 times. 4. For the first 20 years of my life, T was going to med school. For the next 10L was a professional actor. For the next 10 was a successful attorney. For the past 5 I have started 2 companies, one involved in hedge funds, real estate, and insurance products, and the other a very successful fintech company. It's not about not having a path, it's about committing fully to the path you are on. Every path leads to something else if it's not the path you want in the first year or the 10th. Maybe you meet someone. Maybe that person introduces you to someone else. Maybe it's something you read. Life is a journey. There is no right or wrong path. It is your path. I have been on the right path in my life, only to realize it was the wrong path later. You learn more, you evolve. The desire you have at 20 is not necessarily the desire you have at 40. Be malleable. Accept that things change, and so do you. I can't wait to see what I do in another 10 years and then the 10 years after that. Sport or going to the gym. I am 20 and feel like a failure, physically speaking. I am a female, I am not overweight, on the thin side actually. I just don't really appreciate the way my legs are and I find my butt is not firm and how I would like it. Edit, clarifications. Also, thanks to all. Due to COVID gyms are closed here so I am gonna try and make some exercise from home during study breaks. Smiley face, gonna think about going to the gym or maybe even try swimming again once this is all over to build muscle. Pursued my music career seriously at a much younger age, with effort and intent. Loved both music and photography, had talent for both, but listened to adults who said, you can't make a career out of that, do something else. Diddled around for many years at other things, raised a family and then came back to music. I have received some decent recognition, respect from peers and some nice awards, but people my age with my level of talent who stayed in it are far, far ahead and have had long, respected careers. Love my kids and I am glad I have them, but if I had had an encouraging adult on my side I probably could have done both. I now go out of my way to encourage young people want to pursue the arts by letting them know it is lots of hard work, but if they put in the practice and make connections from a young age they can get there. Writing with a tripod grip. No one ever corrected me on how I hold a pen, and now my hand gets tired out every minute or so when writing. I'm trying to switch to a tripod grip, but since I've been writing the way I do for over a decade, it's been pretty hard. Having a proper dental routine, brush, floss, and mouthwash, and going to the dentist before cavities became a problem. Have had like 2 abysses and lost 4 teeth over the years due to poor dental care. Brush your teeth, kids, and don't believe people when they tell you bicarbonate of soda is good for your teeth. It's most definitely not. I wish I had focused on building friendships. I was so off-put and uncomfortable with the petty hierarchies and issues of high schoolers, and so I avoided them. Now at 26 I spend all my time alone since I was never in a circle of friends, but I see people that made friend groups reaping the benefits years later. Building a gay peer group, at the time I didn't think it mattered, but in retrospect I see that I was lonely in a way I didn't recognize because I didn't know anything else. In general, I wish that I had developed the idea that discipline is important for everything early on. A new language, an instrument, your studies. It does not matter. By sticking to it you will get better. And if you stick to it long enough, you will get some nice skills later on. Nothing is stopping me to start these things now, though. I am really excited for this year. Ballet. I'm tall and naturally graceful, and I always wanted to do it. Being one of 4 children of blue-collar parents, it just wasn't in the cards for me. I tried a 100-level course in college and loved it, but I was so far behind I get really self-conscious and dropped it. Studying and reading for myself rather than school. Never had to study until midway through junior year in high school, so I never picked up how to along the way as every average child does in elementary/middle/high school. It would have saved me from dropping out of college, probably. Learning a second language. Been learning Russian from my wife for the last 10 years, and I can't help but think how much better I would have been at this point if I started when I was young. Skiing. I didn't get an opportunity to ski until I was about high school age. I picked it up really quickly and am pretty good. I did not get to do it a lot because there weren't places to ski that were close, but if I had done that earlier, I would have found one of the great loves of my life and worked harder to ski more. If Lee could do it again, I would have done anything to become a professional. I really wish I had tried to be less shy, started to exercise much more, and also avoiding choices which made me have some real bad times when I think about them. Seriously, if you have a child and it doesn't want to do activities on its school because he fear being rejected, try to explain it that those are things it won't be able to do when it grow up, convince it to don't fear his schoolmates. Studying economics. I always loved filmmaking and camera work, but being a passionate kid I pursued it really hard without really trying other things as well. Skip years later when I have time to look into other subjects and found I'd pigeonholed myself quite hard. I really wish education didn't force you to choose your life career so soon and instead let you try different things into an older age before settling.